Hey, you guys, and welcome. All right, so today I'm going to go ahead and try to start the conversation about medical device sales. I've gotten a lot of requests from people about trying to get into the field. How did I get into the field? Just a lot of questions. And of course, I can't cover it all in one sitting, so this could be an ongoing conversation here and there, whatnot. So I don't really want to dedicate a lot of time to it, but I will. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about my journey. So this is my second medical device company that I've worked for. Both were big. I was very blessed and fortunate to get into both. Do y'all know how when people say that, your social network or the people you know can get you into places? And I really believe that that is true. And I think that a lot of times we miss out on those opportunities. So this is what I will say. So my story was I have a degree. I have a bachelor's degree in biology. Mind you, that does not mean anything. It just means I have a bachelor's degree. Some medical device companies will allow you to have an associate's degree. You just have to do your research and find out what positions. But for the for the ones where the money makers, you will need a bachelor's degree, and getting a bachelor's is just not that hard, anymore. It's just really not that hard. But I had my bachelor's degree. I got out of school. I got married, and then when I was going through a divorce, I started working in as a surgery tech at a doctor's office. So I was working as a surgery tech, and then I decided, you know what, let me go get certified. So I went and got certified, and I went to work in major hospitals. So when I went to work in a major hospital, I had a plan, and my plan was to go into the hospitals and really interview. I'm interviewing not for the job that I was doing, because I was working as a surge tech in neuro. So I did a lot of the brains, the spines, and things of that nature. So what I came to do was to talk to people and see what jobs I liked. I passed up a lot of different positions and offers because it just didn't suit me. So, I had offers to do spine, which means I would have had to come in with the hardware, the screws, the plates. That could be at any time of night, and you have to go in and you have to fix your trays. I'll be like, nah, I don't want to do that one. Sorry, y'all. But I said I didn't want to do that one. So I would pass that along to other friends. Like, hey, so and so is a great scrub. I know he has a degree. Go see if he would like to do it, or she would want to do this or whatever. So what I ended up doing is looking at different companies that honestly didn't do weekends, that didn't like have late hours. And I ended up looking at the time what is called neurovascular. I'm not going to say the names of these major companies, but it was neuromodulations. I'm sorry. So this was neuromodulations, and if you look, it is one of the biggest companies in the world, and that does it. They're blue. If you look, it's kind of blue. But anyway, so I ended up really interviewing them, like the people, whatever. I interviewed with them, and mind you, I know their product because I work with their product every day. I actually helped insert it into, well, I didn't help insert it, but I helped the surgeon insert it into the patient or whatnot. So um, I interviewed with them once, I interviewed with them twice, and I didn't get it. Now, I will tell you why, and this is a big thing. They didn't tell me why, but I know now as a tenured med tech person why I didn't. I didn't get that job at the time because when you do interviews in these type of fields, you need to know what a behavioral interview is, and you better nail it. If you don't know what it is, you're already behind. No matter what you look like on paper, you better know how to kill an interview. And I mean, you better kill it. And it takes some time, some study, and some preparation to kill it. We'll go through that as well. But anyway, so now I know that's kind of why I didn't get it. That also, you got to have some connections. You got to have some people that's willing to put your name in the hat. When they say that when you're not in the room, your name is still being thrown around type of situation. So what ended up happening was I was talking to my surgeon at the time, and I was like, no, I didn't get the job, blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, oh, that's interesting, right? So one day I came in to surgery. We're gonna fast forward about a year or whatever, and I knew that they were having another position come open, and was gonna apply or whatnot, because it was a guy. His name is At Neal. I love me some At Neal, because At Neal, he just walked me through it. He was like, "Hey, they get ready to have a position come open, blah blah blah," and he was working with. It's the same company, but it was like they were being bought out, so it was kind of merging. But anyway, and so I was talking to my doctor, and the doctor was like, oh, okay. So I was in surgery one day, and he was like, Stacy, this is my surgeon. Hey, let me tell you. I guess you won't know, but I'm gonna go ahead. They told me I could tell you. How about he told me that I got the job? What's great about that is this. It's because that surgeon who I could only scrub for him. Like, I would break scrub at the end of a case, follow him to the next room to set the case up and work it. And I would do that back and forth all day because we built up such a trust and a routine. This surgeon who knew that if I was to get the job, he would have to find someone else to do the type of work at the standard that he required. He literally said, Stacey, let me tell you what I did. When I found out that you put in this, I called the company and I said, if my tech does not get the job, I will stop using your product. She is more qualified than any of these people that come in. And when I say these people, I mean, this was a white doctor, and he let them know that you are putting in all of these blonde hair, blue eyed people who you come into my surgery suite and you have my tech who happens to be brown and highly educated and very, very capable of doing the job. You have her train your people. We'll never longer do that. So basically what he did was he put them on the fire and let it be known that I'm the top neurosurgeon in this city, and I have my own office with several other ones. We will all stop. Let me tell you something. I got a phone call that said, hey, let's meet. I had never met this woman. I didn't interview with this woman, whoever this woman was. She called me and she told me that, girl, you got the job. I was like, wait a minute, I got the job, okay. And then she told me my salary. So let me tell you how God is. So at the time, as a surgery tech, I think I was making like 50-some thousand. When I went and started talking to her, do you know how sometimes they say God gives you back everything you lost? Trust me when I tell you, He gave me back everything I lost. That came with. So with that company, they didn't give you a car; they gave you a stipend and to get a car and to pay it every month through mileage. So that's what I did. But I also got bonuses every quarter, or what you would call commissions. So that, y'all, I went from 60,000 dollars a year to over 100, like that. And then I got a phone call from Human Resources say, hi, how was your interview process? Baby, I didn't interview. I did not interview again. I interviewed twice before. I didn't say that to her because I was playing the game, because I know what God does. Sometimes God was going to bust open doors that you didn't even know that you was already in the room and didn't know it, honey. And that was the beginning of that. Okay, so that's how I got into med tech. But it was through relationships. That's what I want you to take from this. So this today is called relationships in med tech. All right, so I will come back later. I'm through with my break. I'll come back later and we will discuss more. If you have any questions, feel free to inbox me. All right, you guys, talk to you later. Bye-bye.